Hello guys, so today we have again a new vlog, and today's vlog we're gonna compare two best vlogging camera full frame on the market. We have the Sony ZV-E1 and the Canon R8. Both this camera I tried already, and yan, I like both this camera guys, but again on this vlog we will try to compare the specs on this camera. So without further ado, if you're looking or if you are thinking to buy one of this camera, I'm gonna show you what's the specs, different types, what's the difference between the Sony ZV-E1 and the Canon R8. So without further ado, again, if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so at least you'll be updated for all the videos that we will upload regarding photo and videography gear. So yeah, let's start now guys. First, the Sony ZV-E1. The Sony ZV-E1 announced last February 29 of 2023, while the Canon R8 announced last February 8, 2023. So, let's go for the specs, guys. Okay, guys, so let's check why to consider buying Sony ZV-E1 over the Canon EOS R8. So first, you have already the gyrographic stabilization, the auto framing in video. This is what I like in the Sony ZV-E1. I love it, guys. Product showcase mode in build image stabilization, battery life which is around 570 shots over 290 shots of the Canon R8, NFC connection, maximum bitrate which is 500 Mbps or 500 megabytes per second for Sony ZV-E1. So it's amazing video guys. Insect tracking is already also in the Sony ZV-E1. So let's try to check and consider why Canon R8 over the Sony ZV-E1. First, you have already the viewfinder, which is electronic viewfinder. For the Sony ZV-E1, you don't have the electronic viewfinder. Sensor resolution, which is already 24 megapixel over 12 megapixel of the Sony ZV-E1. So for photo printing, of course, the R8 is more better. Number of focusing point, which is 1053 over 759 of Sony ZV-E1. LCD resolution, which is 1.620K dots over 1.037K dots of the Sony ZV-E1. And maximum electronic shutter, 1 over 16,000 of the R8. So it's look like a hypersync. Yeah, over 1,000 to 1 over 8,000 of the Sony ZV-E1. Continuous shootings burst mode, which is 40 frames per second over the 10 frames per second. Wow, it's a big factor for the R8. So you will use for vlog, for sports shooting, wildlife. So this is good. The 40 frames per second. Also the weight. The weight from the Canon is more lighter. It's considered 461 grams over 483 grams, but this look like more bigger but sabi, but this one smaller but compact, but it's more heavy. And of course, with time-lapse recording it's already the R8. For the ZV-E1 is optional for the application. Okay, so let's check the specs which is commonly have on this camera. Okay, first you have unlimited for video recording. So again, it depends on your memory card. Yeah, and the wireless connection. Both will have wireless connection, Bluetooth connection. Also the adjustable LCD screen articulated. They're both same. That's why this is one of the best, or two of the best camera for vlogging, especially its full frame category. This is a full frame category. Okay, so you have the external flash shoe, yeah, touch screen, can also support face detection, LCD screen resolution. Again, they both have microphone port. Headphone port, which is very useful for content creator. Both weather sealed camera. Again, this is a selfie vlogger friendly LCD screen, smartphone remote, and digital video stabilization. Can support UHS 2. Webcam function is already on this both camera. Anti-flicker, eye tracking focus, vehicle tracking focus. Yeah. So again, both of this camera also have don't have a pop-up filter or the built-in flash or pop-up flash or built-in flash. So again guys, I think that's it for comparison. Again, if you are a Sony lover, if you love Sony, if you love the design for Sony, you can go to the Sony. Both of this camera guys is amazing vlogging camera. Again, you have already the headphone port, you have the articulated screen, you have a perfect 4K videos capabilities, and what's more guys, for low light I like the Sony ZV-E1 because it's only 12 megapixels, so you can boost your ISO. And for the R8, it's good when you are not only in the vlogging but also you'll want to have your photography specs like 40 frames megapixel and continuous shooting burst, which is for 40 frames per second continuous burst mode, and also 24 megapixel, so with a full frame. Why I like Sony ZV-E1 first, the auto framing. I like the auto framing, the battery life, and also the bitrate, which is the 500 megabytes per second for the video recording. While R8 I like is the 40 frames per second of burst mode, 24 megapixel for photos printing. So yeah, I think that's it for today guys. I think yeah, again, if you want to check our camera, you can visit our website www.abworld.com. so all the cameras from Sony and Canon is already to our website, so name it guys. Again, this is our vlog for today, the Canon R8 and the Sony ZV-E1. On the next vlog, in the next vlog guys, we're gonna try to use both of the cameras side by side and compare the cameras. Again, I think that's it for today. Thank you and mabuhay.